Shift with Mike and Joe. This is Colby Sard, our guest for episode 15. And
Welcome, Colby.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Welcome,
coming,
Colby.
man.
Mike and Joe.
we've been trying to get you here for a while, I think. Or was that?
Two
Didn't we
reschedules.
have to yeah.
Yeah.
There was a reschedule.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
It almost didn't happen today.
Really?
Yeah. You want to tell us a story about what happened before you got here?
Oh man. I said it so we didn't have to say it on camera.
It's a funny story, though.
Yeah. So all morning I was in a good mood because I didn't have to cross the bridge today, and
The Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
For those who don't know.
Yeah. And I saw a cop and lost my concentration and ended up having to go over the bridge anyway because I missed the exit. So.
And for those who don't know, the exit to get to this studio is right before the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
It's the last one.
Which is a pretty big bridge for those who may be in
Close to
another
5 miles.
region. Yes, it is. Close to 5 miles.
Is it that long?
It's 4 point something.
It's like 4.6. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Pretty big. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming, dude.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
This is cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I feel more of a professional doing a podcast than
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, dude. We've got a lot of professional gear in here. Mike knows how to
Mostly
turn some of it on. Nicely cardboard cutouts.
CGI,
Yeah.
you know.
No, but yeah, for those who don't know, Colby is another local musician, similar to Mike and I, and good friend of ours. And yeah, man, we're glad to have you. What is my first question? I don't know. My mind is blank at the moment. Mike, you got something?
I've always got a question.
Yeah, you've always got
All right,
questions.
here we go.
Fire away.
going in.
I already know the answer to it. Actually, I'm going to do it as a statement.
A statement question.
Yeah, I hope this is okay. Instead of asking, no, that's too explainy. Okay, so you got into music professionally because of Dave Matthews in some way.
Yes.
Is that fair
I'd
to
say
say?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say that.
Because you said you know everything about Dave Matthews, and I noticed you do play a lot of Dave Matthews.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And I love your live streams.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
know
you
what-
do a lot of those. You're good with being consistent with the live streams. It's a good thing.
So I only do live streams when the people that are there are not paying attention to me.
Oh, right. Yeah, because otherwise
Is
you're
that
like
so you
playing-
feel like someone's
Like I'm
watching
getting
you?
validation.
I hear you, dude.
Yeah.
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 On a great gig, like when everybody's dancing and singing,
No live stream necessary.
not at all.
I think we all feel that sometimes when we're playing a gig and like it seems like no one's listening. You end a song and it's just like everybody's just talking, nobody claps.
You've had some great gigs recently. I saw you posted about getting really good tips. Wasn't that you?
Oh yeah, I got 3 gigs in a row. Someone had tipped me. The two first gigs, I got tipped $100 from somebody.
Like from one person?
It was actually the same guy.
Okay.
So I play at this place Wednesdays called the Fish Market in Alexandria, Virginia, and
That's a ways.
yeah. So I'm in Alexandria twice a week, Monday at Murphy's, and Fish Market on Wednesdays. Well, this bald guy came up and requested "Mr. Jones" by
Okay, great song.
by the Counting Crows. I like that song, and he flashed me 100, and I was like, You sure you want that song, man? 'Cause, you could literally pick any song right now and I'll learn it on the spot. It's $100.
Right.
It's like, nah, that one. I was like, cool. So I played it. And then the next night I was at O'Connell's across the street. And I was telling the bartender, this guy tipped me $100. And as soon as he walked away, the guy who had tipped me $100 the day earlier came up to me.
Oh wow.
And he was like, what you got for me today? And I was like, Mr. Jones?
This guy's just trying to get rid of some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, Mr. Jones? He's like, yeah. So I played it again. and he gave me
Again?
$100.
The same song?
The same song.
Wow.
And he recorded me again. It was I was like, all right.
Did this happen 3 times?
So the third time I was in Arlington that Saturday night. And some guy who said he used to play music Venmo'd me $150.
What?
Different.
Because he was like, I know the struggle. I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you what I got tipped this week, but yeah, man, it's a struggle.
Right. I'm really struggling at the moment.
So
It's a
yeah,
struggle though.
No,
That's
it
not,
is.
Not typical, obviously.
That's
Keep
like a-
tipping your musicians. We don't make a lot of money in tips.
Yes, that is true.
The tips go to
That's like a typical example of like the opposite of like when it rains, it pours. You know, like you get really lucky all at one time
in a good way. Yeah.
in a good way.
awesome, man.
Yeah. That's killer, dude. I bet it made like the drive to Alexandria like a lot more.
Oh my God, yeah. Because
A lot more better.
I have to pay for parking Wednesdays.
Oh, really?
He only charges me $10, but it's $10
Yeah.
paycheck.
$10 out of your paycheck, right?
I
Not
paid it on
including gas and.
Gas and agent commission and
Mhm. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to ask, that's through a booking agent?
Through Chip.
yeah, Chip.
Oh, okay.
We
So
were talking about Chip earlier.
so it was odd. Chip got me into Murphy's,
Mm-hmm.
and from there I was kind of like the favorite backup guy. So whoever would cancel, they would call me first. And then 2.5 years later, Monday nights opened up, and they offered me the gig. And then Wednesdays at Fish Market, a bartender from there saw me at Murphy's and booked me that way. But I still give the commission to Chip out of
Yeah.
good business.
Yeah.
Keeps me busy through the year, you know?
Yeah, and Monday night gigs are hard to come by.
Yeah.
What night of the week did you say the other gig is?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday. And Wednesdays are
Yeah.
not quite as hard to come by, but not as easy as Fridays or Saturdays.
Yeah,
so.
especially in the wintertime, man. It's like, you know, and now I could take off a little bit if I want to, especially on Saturdays or Fridays.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to have those weekly gigs, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I don't know the answer to this question, or maybe I've asked you before and I just didn't remember what you said. But do you do music full time, or do you have another another job?
So I have been doing music full time for the past almost 3 years now.
Okay.
So I'm still technically employed at the Hyatt, and they like text me every now and then, see if I want to shift, and it's always no.
What did you do there?
I started out as a bellman, and I kind of just worked my way up through as a lead. I'd help out in valet, bellman, concierge, front desk, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and playing music there too was.
Yeah, and so you played there. You booked there for a while too.
Yeah, I didn't like to talk about it because the title was stupid. Whoever the boss was, it was director of music, and it made me sound more important than what I actually was.
Yeah.
So I just
Pretty important sounding title.
yeah, but it was. I just told people I booked music there.
Right. I got
Sound
you.
like
man.
you're like bringing an orchestra in.
It does kind of sound like you're like an orchestra. What is that person called? Composer?
Like a conductor or something.
Conductor.
I wish I was that cool. I know.
Sounds cool.
Man, it was a headache, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I feel like you feel like everyone's hitting you up for a gig all the time too, and it's all musician.
Yeah, because I know everybody.
Yeah.
I know, and everybody's like, "Can you get me more gigs than everybody else?" And I'm like, I can't.
Right.
You know, they'd be
Or
kind
you
of
just at a certain point, there's only so many slots, and it's like you gotta tell somebody no probably at some point. You know.
yeah. And like,
There's only so many Fridays and Saturdays.
yeah. And when I took that job, I actually went back on how many shows I played at the Hyatt, just so it would seem fair. I would only play there once a month, maybe.
Yeah,
And
so
if
it didn't seem like you were favoring yourself.
Yeah. And then if someone canceled, and I was just struggling to find people.
Right.
You know, I'd have to rearrange things where I'd have to go on and play.
Anytime when you, excuse me, I don't know what happened there. I have a frog in my throat or something. Anytime you have to coordinate people in any way, it can be a real headache.
Yeah, man. And then especially when you have a gig over the bridge and then someone cancels and then you're like, they're burning your phone up. Mm-hmm. You're trying to get ready for your show and then trying to figure out who can replace.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a stressful time in my life.
I'll bet. So did you just like decide to give that up, or?
Yeah. So I eventually gave that whole account to Chip.
Oh, okay.
Because he was professional. He's been doing it for 30 years, and now it's a little bit easier. People still text me though when they cancel. I'm like,
I'm gonna text you later today and ask you if you can book me at the Hyatt.
Chip hasn't called you yet?
No, you know, we somehow Chip did come up like in between episodes today, and I did mention that played that gig there, and he was real cool.
Yeah.
And I think
He's
he
cool
said
guy.
something later like, everybody loved you or whatever. The gig went well. But
I just don't like your face.
just don't like your face, man. You know,
It's like, fix your face.
fix your face. No, yeah, I hadn't heard from him, but I honestly like. I never reached out to him either. Thinking about it today, I probably will, but not for any particular reason. Yeah, it was a
Chip's
cool
a good
gig,
dude.
man. That room was cool. You know, like the upper level there, like just like the view that you have playing there is cool. You know.
It can be overwhelming sometimes, though.
Yeah.
People leaning on over the railing.
I'll
looking at you.
bet. But I mean, I'm weird in that sense. I am more nervous playing with less people. If there's a lot of people, I don't have like any nerves at all. No, I mean, I've never played in front of like thousands of people or anything, but if it's like 2 or 3 people, it makes me nervous because I'm like, they are definitely listening to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's a whole bunch of people, I'm like, whatever. They're
Even
talking, you know?
That gives a chance for the bar staff to listen to you too, which
Yeah.
could even be
Yeah.
a bit more
Yeah.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I would love to play there with like, there was a decent amount of people the night I played, but like if it was really packed and people were leaning over that balcony, that would be, I would really
I
like.
like when there's like a wedding out back there and they come through, you know, while you're playing, and it's like really like busy for a little bit, and then it,
Yeah,
Through them double doors.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't know,
It sucks when it's like raining or windy outside.
or snowing. Yeah.
so
That's a nice spot though.
how often are you playing? Like, how many gigs do you have a week on average?
Through the summertime, man, I'm playing five gigs a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you do any double headers?
I used to a lot, but I'm kind of slowing down now.
Yeah.
The kids are, in high school, and I kind of want to be there for more of their games and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I told Chip this actually last week to like don't count on me to do doubles anymore.
Doubles are hard, man.
They suck.
Yeah, they do. That's a better way to explain it. Yeah.
suck.
They suck.
Yeah, I got a bunch of doubles booked, bunch of double Sundays coming up.
Yeah.
It's always great, like 6 months in advance, and then you're like,
Oh
when it
yeah.
starts getting close. You're like, oh gosh.
Yeah, when it's 6 months in advance, you're like, hell yeah, I'll do 2 gigs in one day. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
$600, $800 in one day. Yeah. And then the day comes, you're like, why did I do this? Why did I agree to this? It's it makes for a long day.
Especially if they're slow gigs.
Yeah.
If you're background noise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's never fun when your background noise. I mean, it's less fun, I guess, and people are not listening.
As long as people are still tipping, I don't care.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I've realized over the years that like just because people aren't necessarily like clapping doesn't mean they're not enjoying it, because there's been plenty of times in my experience where people didn't clap and I'm thinking to myself, man, nobody gives a shit. And then they'll come up later and like, hey, you sounded really good, man. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were listening to me.
It's It's a constant battle in your head, I think. It's just you up there by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone's not paying attention to you, you're questioning everything you're doing in life.
Yeah.
I need to go get a 9 to 5 right now.
right. I'm so terrible. I suck. I should jump off the bridge. No, but when you said that, it made me think too, like for me, if people are clapping, like I do like it, but at the same time, sometimes it makes me feel a little
Like you got to bring it every song.
like awkward. Like,
Yeah,
don't clap at me.
Patronize me.
It's weird. It's a strange thing. Like I'm like, if they're not clapping, I want them to clap. If they are clapping, I'm like, all right, that's enough. Like, just
Too
chill.
much attention being drawn to me.
Exactly.
In the
Yeah.
afternoon, sir.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. Calm
You're trying to
down.
get drunk. Just,
Right. No, yeah, it's a weird thing. I've had that thought before, but
I've done that with couples where like we'll connect really hard over like a song or two, or like 3 even, and then it's like now I feel like every song's got to be like a song these
banger.
people are gonna love, yeah,
right.
and like
If they start talking to each other, you're like, what happened?
yeah, like what this Radiohead
You don't
wasn't
like
good
me
enough
anymore?
for
They
you?
don't like that song.
Yeah,
You hate me, don't you?
yeah, you start having like a struggle with them in real time.
And you're like, fine, fuck you too.
It's not just like existential. It's like
Yeah.
It's nothing worse though. I think all that's fine. The worst thing is when you have somebody giving you the death stare, no emotion,
Yeah.
no clapping,
Yeah.
just looking at you
Just staring.
while you're.
pepper spray ready.
Yeah, I had this guy at Murphy's a couple weeks ago, and he was looking at me as if Elon Musk was looking at a world problem and trying to solve it. Meanwhile, his other friends were having a fantastic time, but he was just dead stare at me, and I'm like, I'm trying to dodge this dude, but he's sitting right in front of me, man. And I just couldn't wait for him to leave.
Right. I end up closing my eyes a lot. I do that a lot when I'm singing anyway, and like, but I've had that happen where like I'll open my eyes and like somebody's staring right at me, and I'm like,
People do look more when you close your eyes. I've noticed that.
Yeah, because you know they know you're not looking back at them. You know what I mean?
But if you're like looking around at everybody the whole time,
it's an awkward thing when you open your eyes and somebody's like staring right at you, and you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
it's okay if they're a certain distance away.
Yeah,
or if they're sitting down, it makes it better.
It's less awkward if they're further away.
But if they're standing up, like if you played at the Jetty or something, they're standing up and they're right on stage staring at you. It's like,
we were talking about this too last episode, but I'm sure you've had this happen where you're like mid song and like somebody comes up and starts talking to you, or like they request a song and you're like playing a song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Does that happen to you?
Yeah. And trying to sing the words and listen to them at the same time. It's like, see what I'm doing, dude.
Right. I'm like, I can't talk to you right now because I'm singing a song. Like,
I just learned to shake my head and just,
Right.
Got it.
You mentioned last time too, where they like try to shake your hand. You're like, I'm playing guitar. I can't shake your hand. I've had one or two times where it's like, I try to like awkwardly like give them a fist bump like mid strum or something,
and not break their knuckles.
I always end up messing up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, God damn it.
I just stop the song and say, Steve has something he wants to talk to me about here. So
I have done that.
Remember when that lady at that brewery wanted to use my microphone, and I was like, oh, that was I might have been.
Was
Jesse.
I there?
I think so. I think it was a Heavy Fred, but well, yeah, I guess I would have had a microphone for Heavy Fred.
Yeah,
but I kind of went.
I never turned it
on about coming to her job and telling her.
Yeah.
Telling her what,
I do vaguely remember
I was like,
that.
Where do you work? Like, yeah.
I'm gonna come.
She just wanted to use the microphone for.
Yeah, she just wanted to like sing on my microphone.
Oh,
I thought Joe was singing. I might have been in one of my gigs.
I vaguely remember that. I don't remember exactly where it was or like what actually happened. But
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, you do stuff like that.
Quite crazy stuff. Yeah.
I let people come up and sing. I think it's part of the experience, especially if people are staying and drinking and spending money. You know, even if
like usually that like well I don't know about you, but I like if people like ask me, you know, and like I think maybe they can sing a little bit or they just really want to do it or something. But she was just like grabbing the microphone, you know what I mean? Like the thing. Yeah. I don't know. That like kind of takes me off a little bit.
That's not cool.
But when people ask me, you know, like I let a lady sing the other night some 49 Blonde song, but she like came up in between songs and was like, can I do this? I'm really good, I promise you, whatever. And she didn't seem really drunk. Yeah, I was like, it could still suck, but like, you know, she wasn't like you know, retarded drunk or whatever. So I figured, all right, it was all right, it was fine, she did a good job. Anyway, I cut you off.
Was it the song that everybody knows? What's up?
Oh yeah,
that one.
I play it, but I like unless there's a 20 involved, I'm not doing it.
Well, she tipped me too. That was the other thing.
Well, that's good too.
What other songs do you play that you hate?
I hate Wonderwall.
Oh yeah,
I hate Wonderwall. And I don't
play that regular or just if somebody asks for it.
If someone asks for it, if I'm going that direction, it's either Champagne or Don't Look Back in Anger.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite one actually.
Yeah, Wonderwall is a great song, but it's just way overplayed. Or it was, I guess.
They're back on tour too, aren't they?
Yeah, I feel like I heard something about that. Yeah, I think so.
You want to know my opinion? What's going to happen?
Sure.
It's like get tickets to the first concert,
and they'll cancel it because they got in a fight.
Yeah,
probably.
They're gonna come out on two separate stages. Two separate stages. One of them is gonna call the other one the C word. And that's gonna be it.
That's
refund.
A cocky miney.
What are some of your favorite songs to play?
I probably play 8 Dave Matthews songs a show.
Yeah. I would have guessed you played more than that.
Yeah. No,
his stuff is hard to play, man.
Yeah, the weird fingering
and some of it too. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like what's that one Dave song? I'm having a blank because there's cameras on me.
I'm having a blank too because I'm trying to remember. I saw you playing at Mamma Mia's that one night, and I asked you to play a bit of a deep cut, but I can't remember which one it was.
I do Warehouse. I do Crush, Bartender, Grace is Gone, Ants Marching. And I know a bunch, Satellite. I do Satellite. And I know a bunch of other ones, but it's like when you play for so long, your brain becomes mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't. I forget lyrics all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That's why I started using in-ear monitors.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
I gotta try that, man.
Man, life-changing.
Yeah, I've heard that.
How does that help you with remembering lyrics?
Because I have ADHD, so anything will grab my attention, and
So that just keeps the music, yeah.
yeah, I can. You can hear just yourself. You can hear a little bit of the background, but you can focus more on what you're saying, and you can block the people out a little
You
bit
can easily ignore the people that try to talk to you while you're playing a song. All right. No, I'm on a call.
Yeah.
Right now, sorry, can't talk to you.
9. I said 9.
But my favorite thing to my setup is like one speaker and one in-ear monitor, and it balances the sound.
Yeah, I do that
That's a
sometimes.
great idea,
Yeah.
man.
You can get a sense for like what the volume of the room is that way. You know what I mean? Like I usually do my first song without the in-ears in, just to get an idea of like, is this like really like does it mix in with the people, or is it like way overpowering, or is it like just getting killed by the chatter? You
That's
know?
a cool idea. I'm gonna start doing that.
I'll put one in-ear in and do another song, and then I'll put them, and then usually I put them in all the way.
I'm gonna start doing that because
Do you measure the decibel level of the...
No, I thought about it though. Thought about it.
You thought about it?
Yeah, getting a little decibel reader, but then I'd have to loop something and go out in the audience, and I don't have a way to loop my voice, so it wouldn't really be an accurate representation.
What about that cardboard cutout we were talking about?
fingernail.
Yeah.
That's funny.
While I go to the bathroom.
Who are some of your other favorite artists to cover? What other songs do you like to play?
I like Damian Rice a lot.
Oh, okay.
He's a pretty cool cat.
Yeah.
I like and Gregory Allen Iskoff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that one.
Stable song.
You probably
I don't
recognize
know.
it.
I might, maybe if I heard it.
Yeah. The Lumineers, Tyler Childers. I'm actually working on a song that has his name in it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of cool, yeah.
Has
Like
his
you're
name
writing
in
a
it?
song? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Homesick.
Okay. That last, I think, what was it, last year when that country song? That you
Yeah.
put
Yeah, it
out?
was good.
That was cool.
It was cool. Huh?
Yeah, it was cool.
I wrote it as a joke, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was done really well. Like you recorded it really well.
Yeah.
The production was awesome.
So what we actually did was we took a Dave Matthews song and matched the I'm not familiar with the terminology.
Like the waveforms?
Yeah.
Okay.
And try to get like as close to that as possible.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. So because I got the riff idea from a Dave song called Why I Am.
Okay.
And I was fiddling around with that, and then I just switched it up a little bit to that.
Did you make a video or something explaining that? Or maybe you've just told me that before, but I feel like I've heard this story.
Yeah, I think I just told you.
Maybe you just told me. Yeah, that's pretty interesting though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, man, I thought that was I feel like the artwork. I don't remember exactly what the artwork was, but I feel like that was kind of.
Oh,
cool.
it was my tattoo.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and the production was great, and yeah, it was a cool song.
Yeah, I was.
Speaking of artwork, I love your new flyers.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Chat
damn it, I was
GPT.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah. ChatGPT really got Joe and told him it was going to pull him a flyer, and then it kept saying, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. And Joe, like 5 hours later, Joe checked it, and it was like, I can't actually.
We
do
told
this.
the whole story last episode.
That's why I'm
but-
telling the short version right now.
Well, I got the idea because I had filed my taxes, and my tax lady was like, "Do you pay for advertisement?" And I was like, "No, I don't." She's like, "You should." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "All right." So the next day, I just started making flyers. The Black Swan is actually something from my stepbrother that passed away in 2017. His last name was Swan, and he's on my little tattoo here.
Oh, okay.
That's where I kind of got the idea for just having a little black swan in every,
Okay.
no matter if he's tucked in the corner or if he's.
I can't say that I noticed that until you just mentioned it, but yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh yeah, that's what it's like. The swan going to different locations.
Yeah, very cool. That'll be like a trademark of the Colby Sard flyers. So basically, you got ChatGPT to do exactly what I was trying to get it to do, and it told me it could do.
And on Colby's while I was telling you.
Wait, hold on.
Colby was like at his house trying to do it at the same time, and it's like, yeah, sure, Joe, we can do this. As soon as we're done with Colby's.
I'm gonna make Colby this immaculate flyer and tell you that we're doing it for you.
Oh man!
So I think like if you do it too much, it gets confused, and it'll stop doing it for a while.
Yeah, really?
Just log out and log back in.
Yeah,
there are definitely some weird quirks with it. We end up talking about ChatGPT like every single episode, but yesterday I did this photo shoot for a soccer team where I had a whole bunch of photos of all these different kids, and I did like 3 different poses of each kid, and there was like 13 kids total. So, I have to call down the photos and find like the best ones, right? And I think I had told the lady that I was going to give her like, we had done the math before we did the shoot when we were just talking. And I was like, okay, so, based on that math and how many kids you have, it's going to end up being about 41 photos. And she's like, yeah, that sounds right. So, give or take, right? But I ended up, like, I went through and I picked myself and I ended up with like 66. So my thought was, I bet you I can get ChatGPT to help me with this. So I asked it, I'm like, hey, if I show you a bunch of photos, can you help me call down the best ones, right? Of course. It's like, yes, I can definitely do that, Joe. Absolutely. Whatever you need.
Let me just check with Colby first. Make sure he doesn't.
Check with Colby, see if he's doing the same thing. No, in the background, it didn't tell me that. It just checked with Colby.
Yeah.
See if Colby was also calling pictures at the same time. Nope, he's not. So yeah, Joe, we can do it.
So it did it for you?
No. So
no.
Well, it said, yeah, I can. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to upload these pictures in where I'm texting. Yep, do that. So I grabbed all 66, dragged them in there, hit send, and it gives me an error message, and it says like, but this is not like ChatGPT telling me the error message. It's like another little window with an error message, right? Yeah. So, and it's like, you can only upload 10 photos at a time. And I'm like, okay. So then I tell ChatGPT, I'm like, hey, it says I can only upload 10 at a time. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You're correct, Joe. I'm thinking like, why didn't you just fucking tell me that? You know what I mean? Like, you are ChatGPT. Yeah. This error message is coming from you. Just tell me that right off the bat. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I upload 10 and it's like, got the first 10, Joe. Keep them coming. Like,
oh, so it'll take into account 60, but you can only give it 10 at a time.
You can only like upload 10 at a time. So yeah, like so then I upload the next 10 and it's like, burning I got those 2, Joe, keep them coming. I'm going to start going through these immediately right when you're done. And I'm like, okay, great. Upload 10 more. Okay, I got 30 now, Joe. Keep going, right? And then I go to upload I send all 66 and it's like thinking, then it tells me, not in an error message, but it like texts back to me. Looks like I only got 33 out of the 66, so could have been a glitch or something or whatever. It told me some bullshit. And then it's like, why don't you try again? Try to upload like 41 through 66 again. I didn't get those. And I'm like, all right. So then I go to drag them in and I get an error message and it's like, you have reached the limit. And I tell ChatGPT, I got another error message. It says I reached the limit. Oh yeah, that's right, Joe. You're correct. There is a limit. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? Like
the same thing to me, man.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, if you know I'm gonna get the error message, then just tell me from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Because I was pushing out these posters. I try to make them all in one day so I can just post them. And she said I had reached my limit because I didn't have the premium. So I bought the premium.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
And she was like, "You've reached your limit." I'm like, "But I paid for it." She's like, "You're absolutely right."
You're absolutely.
It says that shit to me too. You're absolutely right,
and
Joe.
she still didn't let me. Like, I still had to wait 24 hours.
Yep.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right,
dude. It even like it'll run me around and around. Like yesterday after that, it said I already had premium. And I said to it, like, hey, I've got premium. Like, why is it not letting me? Well, it could be a glitch, Joe, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, let's try it. Here's some other workarounds. Like, you could put it into a zip file. You could upload it to Google Drive and send me the
We
link.
can send you another message.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the easiest? And it's like, well, if you put them in a zip file, that'll be the easiest. Okay, fine. Put them in a zip file. Oh, sorry, Joe, I can't unzip this file. And I'm like, okay. Here's the next easiest option. Upload them to Google Drive and send me the link. I do that. Oh, it seems like I can't access the Google Drive. And I'm like,
It just won't tell you no.
exactly. It's like a people please. Like, just tell me the truth.
I didn't pay for the premium to argue with you.
Exactly.
Just feed me what
Like,
you want to hear.
Feed me what I want to
Stop
hear.
gaslighting me.
I'm gaslighting me. ChatGPT. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. It's so helpful and so frustrating at the same time. Yeah, so anyway, and then what I was getting to, not to make this story too long, it finally said the same thing. You must wait until 2:30, and it was like 11:30
Yeah.
because I had reached the limit for that amount of time. And I told it that, and it's like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe. You reached your limit for this amount of time. And I'm just like, I didn't even bother. There's been other times when that time where it wasted my whole day, I like called it out. I had a conversation with it, and I'm like, you're lying to me. You lied to me. And it's like, yes, I did, Joe. I'm sorry. I lied.
Have you ever went down a wormhole with it?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like aliens and UFOs and stuff?
I have not tried that.
I haven't done that, but
Wow. This is the trick. So you get it to play yes or no questions, right? But if you just say that, she'll still try to explain to you like the questions that you give. But if you say you want to substitute yes for blue and no for red, then she'll give you one answer.
interesting.
Answers. And so I'm answers, aliens real, and she's like blue, like just straight.
Blue is yes or no?
Blue is yes.
Okay.
Red is no.
Okay.
And I'm like 2:30 in the morning. I'm just going down this wormhole, watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, aliens are fucking real.
Right.
Fucking real.
That's funny. That's an interesting way to put it, like blue or yes, substitute for yes or no. I have told it before, like I'll be like, I don't know, for like an aspect ratio or something. I'm like, if I want a picture in a 3x4 aspect ratio and the long edge is 2048 pixels, what should the short edge be? You know, I'm creating a Photoshop project or something, and it'll give me all the math and the variant bot, and I'll tell it like, look, just answer the question. I don't need to know all the math and the square roots and the pi. I just want you to tell me the number. And it'll be like, okay, I'll cut out all the explanation and just give you. So it'll do that
At 2:30.
at 2:30. I will tell you the answer at 2:30
In a few hours.
You have reached your bullshit limit for today, Joe. Shit. No, but it really does. Like, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with it. Those flyers are, I told you, and Mike mentioned, you know, they're super cool.
Yeah.
They really are. They really
You
are.
kind of tell they're AI, but they're like, I mean, I like what made it cool to me. I mean, I thought it's a cool flyer, but then that you were doing like variations of it with the swan in it is what made it cool to me.
Yeah. Like it keeps showing up, and I try to put something like I made one like with Watto inspiration today. Like, where's Watto?
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah,
He's dressed like Watto in a bar filled with people.
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Just whatever I can think of to
Right.
mix it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I should try again. Because
Wait, just text me first.
well,
Yeah, make
I'll
sure
let
you-
to be fair, I'm gonna call you out on the podcast. I asked you what prompt did you give it, and you skipped right over that question. You didn't tell me what prompt you gave it, or maybe that text didn't go through.
I don't think it went through. No.
Yeah, because I was like, hey, dude, your flyers are awesome. I'm not gonna steal your idea or anything, but like, what prompt did you give it?
Oh, I don't care, man.
And you were like, you answered like the other text or something. I was like, oh, okay.
I have a habit of doing that. Like,
I
if you
got you.
ask me more than one question,
Okay.
I will just answer one of them.
Yeah.
Well, can you describe like what, like not word for word, obviously, because you're not sitting here reading it, but like what kind of what kind of prompts do you give it to come up with that kind of flyer?
So the initial photo that I uploaded was the album cover for a country song. I
Okay.
was like, make this rustic, make it Western, or
So you gave it an example to start off with.
yeah.
Okay.
And then now I just voice chat it, like make a flyer that says this, or a poster, make it rustic, have a
Okay.
building in it, have the universe in it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, like starting off with an example. I'll have
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
The more you
I'm
explain
gonna
to
take
it,
I'm gonna take your flyer and be like,
No, dude.
make me a flyer, but change the name.
Change the name.
Makes this more rustic.
More rustic.
Double rustic.
Double rustic. This is my friend's flyer. Make mine better.
That's basically what I did with yours, Joe. I was like, could you send me that file? And then I just like changed some colors around.
Yeah.
I like picked a different color scheme and did the things that lady suggested that you do to your
Right. Yeah. My tip sign like stole the whole thing from me.
It's real bad.
But it was my own fault because he asked me if he could have if I could share the Canva
Well, do you-
like project with him, and I was like, I guess.
Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing is I didn't even really use the Canva project very much, other than it was all proportioned well for that. So I knew that was good. But like I tried so many other things, but
It looked like you tried for about 5 minutes.
Dude, how many months did I talk about making a logo? I've been like messing with it and like just don't like anything. And I was like,
I made a few logos for you at one point,
Yeah,
and
they
you
suck.
didn't like
It's
any
such
of
a
them.
hard thing.
yeah,
It is.
It's like to put you in a.
I mean, to be fair, like that logo that I used for mine, I found it was a logo in Canva.
Finally,
And
I was just like,
changed the lettering. You know what I mean?
yeah, I was just like it's colors. It's like so I'll pick some colors I like whatever. I don't know. I just I would like to try to come up with something.
Here's an
better.
idea for you. That I haven't really used this to the fullest extent in Canva, but you can you can find a picture or a photo or something that has like a cool color scheme that you like, and I don't know exactly how to do it, but Canva will
Mimic
like
it.
extract and give you a color palette
Yeah, that you
like
can use.
of this photo.
That's
you know what I
cool,
mean? It
yeah.
is cool, yeah. And then you can apply that color palette to other templates that they have in there, and you can even save it as like you can make like a whole branding section where you can save like particular fonts that you want to use for your branding, a color palette that you want to use for your branding. Some of the earliest stuff I used ChatGPT for was you know how like if you look at a color chart, it gives you the numbers of like exactly what that hue and shade is. I would copy that and paste it in ChatGPT and say, give me like 3 other complementary colors that work well with this color.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm partially colorblind, so
Okay. Well,
probably gonna-
you would know that it's technically accurate. I mean, at least you would assume it was.
Yeah.
ChatGPT likes to lie, but I thought that was a cool. And then I would go in, and just copy and paste those numbers, that code that it gave me, and paste it in there and use that for like a different part.
Paste it into where Canva.
Yeah. Like, let's say you've got 2 sets of font in Canva and you click on this one and you go to change the color and it's like, or you go to see what the color is and you open that color chart and it gives you the code. You paste that in ChatGPT, give me a complementary color.
Okay.
It gives it to you. Then you click on the other font, go into that color palette and paste that code in there.
Yeah.
And so then like those are, directly across from each other on the color wheel, or there's another term like I think it's monochromatic, I think, where all the colors are the same hue,
yeah.
but like different shades or something. I can't remember the exact technical term, but they still complement each other.
Right.
Sorry.
no worries.
Can I hold my foot? Cheers for the rest of the episode.
I want to change the topic though.
Yeah, let's change the topic. You go ahead and do that. I'm going to check this camera.
Because I just celebrated 6 months sober yesterday,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
and I was wondering, I know you guys don't drink anymore.
Yeah, we got beer over there though.
Huh?
It's warm.
Nice. So I wanted to kind of get your perspective on on drinking and gigging and
Well,
Let me just say on microphone while Mike is thinking, I said it as I was walking away, but dude, that's awesome. Congratulations on that, man.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. You know,
been a tough, weird road. Dude.
getting sober is not an easy thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always, I mean, I've said it on this podcast before, but I've got a little bit over 8 years, not much, but a little bit over.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man. You know, getting clean and sober was an extremely difficult thing to do, but staying clean and sober, for me, not now. It's not. It's, you know, second nature now. But like for the first year or two, for the first year, I think that staying clean and sober was more difficult
Wow.
than like getting clean and sober initially. You know what I mean?
I think that was the first couple months for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I realized that I kind of had a little bit of a problem when I finally said, all right, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day I walked into the bar to play my show, and I went up to the bar and saw the bottle of Jameson, and I literally just started shaking.
Yeah.
And I had to run out. I remember running out to my car and just crying for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, get your shit together, man. You got a job to do.
Right.
But I had to, like, for months, man, I would suffer panic attacks on stage.
I don't doubt it, dude.
Yeah, it was rough, man. And I realized that like alcohol doesn't make you a better musician, but for me, it made me just focusing on one thing, was playing music, performing, and that's all I thought about. And I felt good. And then when I stopped, I was like, oh my God, I'm up here playing music, but I'm also here dealing with my own shit that I haven't dealt with yet.
Yeah.
So trying to juggle all that, man, has been...
I mean, that's what substance abuse is, man. It's like a Band-Aid because we got other shit going on, you know, mentally, that it's just a way to, it's a coping mechanism. It's a coping strategy. You know what I mean? It's an effective coping strategy, but the cons, the negative things that come from it, you know, usually end up outweighing the benefits of it. Yeah. Eventually they do. Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Mike? How long you been off the sauce?
I don't know exactly.
The blue meth helps a lot. That Mike does.
Yeah. Methanol blue. Joe won't let that one go. It did turn my pee blue.
What was it? It turned.
I find for gigs it makes it harder. It's like sometimes, especially those like slow gigs like you were talking about, where it's just like, you know, like my body hurts, you know.
You feel every ache and pain now, which is crazy. That's something it's just like...
How old are you?
34.
34, yeah.
I'm 41.
It's starting.
42 I just turned. How old are you?
42.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what's hilarious? Not that, like, just a real quick side note.
What's that?
I thought I was 43 for about the last 4 or 5 months. I know. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
I was telling people I was 43. We were driving home from Florida, and I was talking to Jen about it. And she was like, you're not 43, you're 42. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Wow. And I asked ChatGPT, I was like, I was born on this day in this year, and it was like, you're 42 years old. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's why women rule the world, man. They keep you straight.
I mean, at a certain point, yeah, like it's like 41, 42, whatever. Who cares?
I know, right? It's
After
like,
21,
I'm gonna die soon anyway. What the hell? All my hair is gone.
I feel the way I feel.
My beard's gray. I'm fat.
All that stuff.
My back aches.
Got too many fish hats.
Fish hats. Hey, not all of my hats have fish on them, Mike.
Too many
Wildlife.
that has become a staple for you, though.
Yes, thank you very much.
With the like, when I see the hats, I always think of you.
That's hilarious because Stephen Dunn was just here and he was like, he said the same thing.
Did he?
He was like, I saw you driving down the road. I knew it was you because of your hat.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right.
You should make a poster of your next gig with just that kind of hat sitting on a bar with a
That's
beer.
a great idea.
People know.
I'll send ChatGPT a picture of myself and I'll say, like, make the flyer without me, but have the hat.
Yeah.
Like just the hat floating. Or the hat on the guitar.
Yeah. On the guitar or on like a lily pad or something.
That's
That'd be
great,
cool.
dude. Man, I'm so glad we had you here today.
Yeah. And getting sober is like, I started writing a lot more.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've got this stupid idea that I'm writing a book. I'm in the process of writing a book.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's called I Love You, Buddy.
Wow.
And it's like, so whatever I write about every day, it could be about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I always sign it, I love you, buddy. It's like something for me, like,
Yeah.
be kind to yourself.
Is that like to yourself?
Yeah. It's like, be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the book is just all about dealing with depression and anxiety and getting sober and
Yeah.
and trying to figure out what your life looks like without it, you know?
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think a lot of people view like alcohol, especially just because like alcohol is socially acceptable, right? A lot of people like view having a drink as like, well, this is self-care. I'm loving I'm giving myself. I had a long, hard day. I've been working hard. I'm doing well. I deserve a drink, right? And like there is some truth to that for certain people, but getting sober and getting clean and sober is one of the highest forms of self-care.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what it is. It's tough, like when your mind doesn't look at it that way, you know. But a lot of times, once you do get sober, you realize that, like, yeah, that was the best thing I could have done for myself.
Oh my God, dude. I never want to play a gig hungover again.
I never want to be hungover.
I never
all.
really,
yeah.
yeah. I wasn't really drink like at gigs. Like I wouldn't drink to the point where I could be hungover. But it's just like, I mean, you're still risking a lot to be playing a gig. You're coming home late. You've got maybe your headlights out or something. And even if you only had a few beers or something, it's like if you smell like alcohol, it just gives an excuse for.
Well, not everybody knows this, and I'm going to be completely honest here on the podcast because that's kind of what I've been doing with myself. Is
Right
I
on.
crashed my car twice
Is that right?
in one night.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
like coming through Trap, I played at the Jetty, the main stage by myself.
Right.
What the fuck? I'm setting up, and a lady turns around on her bar stool and she's like, "Oh, honey, is it just you?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, good luck." All right.
What night of the
like a
week?
Saturday night or
I
something.
think Saturday night, maybe the band canceled.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's a big deal on a Saturday night.
yeah, I had a great gig though. Everybody
cool.
was dancing, but they kept lining the drinks up, and I was going through a lot in my life at that time, and I came through Trap, and I passed out, and I hit the medium strip, and that woke me up, and I was like, oh, okay, I can get home now. I'm up. No.
Yeah.
I got to Cambridge, passed out, and I sailed into, you know where Portside is?
Yeah.
I know about where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of over there. Kind of
Okay.
crashed my car,
Wow.
and
Glad you're all right.
yeah, man. There's so many things that could have happened. I could have died, or I could have killed somebody. And I
Are you
wouldn't
still
be-
dealing with the legal part of that, or is that over?
No cops. I didn't get stopped or anything.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So you woke up again and made it home?
Yeah, so
Man.
maybe you could cut this part out. I don't get in trouble.
Joe.
We don't edit anything, so
No?
no, I try not to.
Okay.
I mean, Mike said retard style a couple episodes ago, and I didn't cut that out.
Well, I don't want to be like them coming at my door is like, you were the one who crashed in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was you.
But I remember.
Thanks for coming on the podcast, William Smith.
What's your name again?
Sard Colby. The car still worked for some reason. So I drove it to where Rara is in the parking lot, and they were having a beer release, and my car is fucked at this point. I
Right.
mean, it's doop, 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 chickity bop, chickity bop.
Right.
And some hippie dude comes across the street when I get out. I was like, dude, your car's all fucked up, man. I was like, yeah, I fucking know. Can you just get on the other side?
bro.
Can you get on the other side of the street and enjoy your beer? Damn it. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right.
But even
Oh,
then,
it was that early.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
even then, man, I still drank for another year or so.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe I did all that.
That's one of the things that I've heard so many times is that, how do I know if I'm an alcoholic? Well, a normal person would get drunk and crash their car and stop drinking. An alcoholic will keep drinking,
Yeah.
after crashing their car or getting a DUI or something, But dude, it's a hard thing to really accept, that I have got an issue. But yeah, dude, I'm glad you made it through that night. For
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Glad
Yeah,
you're doing well.
and part of the other book is about like just giving yourself forgiveness and knowing that
Did you say the other book? So you're writing
Other
two?
part of the book.
the
the other part of the book. Okay.
Yeah, it's about just giving yourself forgiveness and not holding yourself up to like a godlike standard.
Yeah.
You know, because for the longest time I kept that with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt pretty shitty about myself about
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the forgiveness part is a huge part of it too, man.
Mm.
You know, can't hold, especially against yourself. Like holding a resentment against yourself is like not healthy and a recipe to just do it all over again.
Yeah.
You know, eventually at some point. But that's awesome, dude. I'm assuming that your life has greatly improved.
Oh, it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, still dealing with depression and anxiety, but you know, you as long as you go with it instead of just let it go
Yeah.
by itself,
Yeah.
then you can cope with it and figure things out. So
Well, what just came to my mind, you said I'm still dealing with depression and anxiety. I would when we're drinking and using, like, we're not dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like now you are coping with it in a healthy way, like actually dealing with it instead of like, nope, not going to deal with that. You know what I mean? I mean,
a good point.
dude, I remember like when I was using, like I would get like past due bills in the mail, you know? Nope, that's going in the trash. Not opening that one. Like, please open immediately. No, thank you. Right in the
Guaranteed trash pile.
Oh, dude, so many times, like for years, I'd get that kind of stuff in the mail and just throw it right in the trash can.
What was it for? Like
Just past due bills, you know what I mean? Like
credit card bills.
whatever, yeah. Different stuff, you know, overdue car payment or overdue credit card or student loan or something. Like, your loan has not been paid in 2 years. Well, it's not going to be paid for right now either. You know what I mean? It's just like an
Yeah,
example of
it's
like not dealing with shit that
Yeah.
you got to
another
deal with.
Another weird thing is like the way people look at you when you do get sober.
Yeah. What do you mean? You mean people that are still drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they you don't drink? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. And they try to have this conversation with you on like, and you don't feel like
why, man?
Yeah, why, man?
You sure?
And it's like, you're in here 5 days a week, dude. That's why.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't get that a whole lot
I don't get that a
anymore.
lot either.
I think that, like, I mean, I think that most people that know me know that I don't drink, but it still happens sometimes where like random people will be like, "What are you drinking?" You know, I'm playing at
Yeah.
"What are you drinking?" And I'm like, "I'm drinking Sprite." You know what I mean? And it's, you know, it's always kind of a weird thing to say. Like, I'll usually say like I don't drink, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay," and then I'll usually follow it up with any more.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, okay, I gotcha." You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like,
you're not Mormon.
you're not a fucking weirdo. You're just an alcoholic. I get it.
Well, people assume that I'm in a program, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're in a program. That's cool. That's good for you, man. And they're giving me all these compliments. I'm like, actually, I'm just doing it
not
by
doing it.
myself.
Yeah. Well, dude, more power to you, bro. I mean, that's awesome. I was going to ask you that. I mean, I think I already knew the answer, but you know, it's amazing to me. Even when anyone gets clean and sober, it's an amazing thing. When people can do it on their own, it really is. It's just amazing. It's awesome. You know what I mean? I have people ask me all the time, like, you know, I got a son who's using or whatever. What should I do? You know, my dad won't stop drinking or whatever. What should I do? You know, and my answer is always treatment, meetings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's real simple. Treatment, meetings. But not everybody needs either one. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think going back, I think if I would have done it again, I think I might have probably would have done the meetings and stuff because
Well, it's not too late, you know?
you're around other people that have the same problem.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel like, because I live alone by myself, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm alone a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So I do have to keep my mind busy and make sure that
Right.
I'm not like calling myself a piece of shit
Yeah, because
soon as I
that'll
wake
do
up
it.
in the morning.
Right,
Yeah.
right. No, dude, I mean, I would say, like, if it's working for you, keep it up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you can go to a meeting anytime. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea, right? You got other people that are like trying to do the same thing, that are, you know, ideally supporting each other. But I also get that, like, walking into a meeting it's a big deal, especially if it's like the first time. It's like, oh man, now I'm in a
'Cause then
meeting.
you-
Now I'm one of them. You know what I mean?
Give me my token.
Right, give me my fucking token. But yeah, I mean, I don't really go to a whole lot of meetings anymore.
That's probably why people think you're, because you posted the token.
Oh yeah, that's just through the app. So
Yeah,
like,
but that's
right.
probably why it's like
Yeah.
associated
Right.
with.
yeah. Oh yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense now.
But people like me, like, I knew that was from your app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm familiar with that app and I know what it is, and I know that a AA token looks similar but slightly different. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter, you know. Whatever, let other people think whatever they're gonna think, right? I mean,
I think getting sober is not as like weird of a thing as it used to be. Like a lot of celebrities
Yeah.
are doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, and even not drinking. I mean, with like, you know, all these like, Andrew Huberman and all these type of guys, you know, like,
Tom Holland sober now.
yeah. What,
Spider-Man.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of stories about famous people like getting sober now. It just seems like
it's like with musicians. It's like they're not good until they had a problem and then they got sober. Well,
part of
that's
the
not a
phase.
good way to put it.
No,
It's
because
like,
then the fans are like, I like Tyler Childers better when he was a
yeah,
cokehead."
that's the first thing I thought of too.
what was he an example?
Well, that's kind of the example I was thinking of when I said that.
Yeah.
So, but then I kind of wanted to retract what I just said. It's just like a different level of being good, I guess. I don't know.
If you can do it sober, you're
I'm going to cut that part out because I don't know what the hell is going on.
We don't do edits, but
This is not getting bots.
if we're gonna go in and do one, we might as well.
No, I'm just going to cut my part out. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm the one who has the controls, Mike.
I think I had you cut something out. All right.
Mike wanted
One
me to
time.
go.
No. Let's not talk about it.
I know, I don't remember exactly what it was, so I
Okay.
won't say that. But I literally like posted an episode to YouTube. Then Mike watched it and he was like, "Can you cut that one part out?" I'm like, "Bro, it's already on YouTube." He's like, "Can you just delete it and then edit it out and then read it?" I'm like,
redo it?
no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but then there was another thing.
There's been like one thing you said every single episode. That you're like, can you edit that out?
You know, I'm trying to talk less these 2 episodes. I've been like trying to
It's not working.
rein it in a little
I need to
bit.
try harder.
No, what you need to do is like
That's what keeps people coming back, Mike. All the crazy shit that you say.
you keep doing this for a few years and then watch your first episode. And
Oh yeah, dude.
the last one.
Even now,
We'll
this
slowly
is
fade Joe out
episode
of it.
15, which is kind of crazy that we've done 15 episodes.
Yeah.
If you watch the first one, it's like, well, see, a lot of times, like, I'm looking at it from a like production standpoint. You know, I feel like the conversations have always been, you know,
Secondary.
the same amount. No, I feel like how entertaining the conversations have been pretty consistent. I think the conversation that you and I had the very first episode was pretty funny and entertaining. I mean, I'm biased because I was in it, you know what I mean? But the production was way lower than it is now. And I mean, this is what I do for a living, so like it makes sense that I'm focused on that. But that's one thing like I'm really trying to do with the podcast is like make it sound really good, make it look really good. You know what I mean? And because I know that Mike's going to say some hilarious, entertaining shit every single time, so I don't have to worry about that.
And somebody might see your work and say, "Hey, could you just come film my podcast?"
Well,
with
that's,
me?"
yeah,
Like,
I definitely had that thought that
Yeah,
like, you
it's
know,
a good-
by the way, I am available
Joe,
if you have a
exposure.
podcast and you want
We all
to
know
pay me lots of money.
that's
to
how we
film
get
your
paid is
podcast.
exposure.
Yeah, Mike and I. Well, it was my idea, but we were gonna do it.
Unlikely.
We haven't
Oh.
we haven't done it
Yeah,
yet, but
okay.
we don't have any sponsors, so we were like, we might as well. Yeah, I don't know if you listen to many podcasts. I really don't listen to a whole lot of them.
I do because I hate listening to music in the car,
Really?
especially after a show.
Yeah. Dude, I can understand that.
Yeah, I have to. It's either silence or I listen to a podcast.
I drive in silence quite a lot
Yeah.
because it's nice to just like not hear anything except for like the cars going by and stuff. But you know how in a lot of podcasts there'll be like a point in the conversation where it just goes into an ad or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't say like, okay, here we're gonna go to an ad now.
Yeah.
It just kind of like a lot
Yeah,
of times
it
there's
just
like a
happens.
little bit of music that kind of fades in and then there's a ad. Well, we don't have any sponsors or ads right now, so we were like,
We should start a law firm. Our own law firm.
Why?
Wasky and Brian
For what reason?
for the advertisement.
What?
You'd pay your own.
We could
Advertisement.
make an
We're not
advertisement for Wasky, Brian.
It's Sard.
And Sard.
Wasky. Yeah,
gotta
there
have
you go.
3.
You gotta have Sard. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have 2.
Be a lawyer for musicians
Law
that get
firms.
hurt on the job.
There you go. Even though we have no idea about any law.
I just thought it'd be funny
Bird law.
if we ran fake advertisements, like instead of
Okay, all right.
actually.
That'd be actually kind of funny.
Yeah, be like,
Yeah.
why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. We should
Get your
totally
prostate exam.
do it. By Mike. It's a picture of his finger. Yeah, so we were going to shoot like a little advertisement, you know, me for Image and Sound Media, Mike for
Whatever
Kent's
he does.
Academy of Island Music or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
You-
Kent Island Academy of Music.
You guys, from as far as I know, are the only ones that have a podcast.
Yeah.
Musicians on the shore.
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I think
not
in the
aware of
world,
any other
probably.
ones. What?
I think probably in the world.
Probably. We're probably the only guys named Mike and Joe that have a podcast called The Shift with Mike and Joe in the world.
In Maryland, that's in the world.
Yeah.
Of the world.
In the world
and
of
the
Maryland.
universe.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I don't know how we got talking about that, but
People seem to dig it. I mean, we've got a lot of good feedback.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen a few episodes. Not in it's
We haven't really taken off with any of the views. I think the highest viewed full episode is like 130 or something, which is not terrible. But and I still have yet to put it on like Spotify and all the other streaming platforms.
I
Maybe
think
do
that's
that.
what you need to do because
Yeah,
YouTube
you're right.
is like a dead zone right now
Really?
as far as podcasts go.
Well, that's true. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, even podcasts that I like, I don't want to listen to them.
I don't. I mean, the podcast, like I've tried to increase my podcast consumption recently just because we're doing one and like partly doing research, but I don't go to YouTube for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you guys first invited me, man, I was like, okay, how do I talk on a podcast? So I'm like listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, like, all right,
Right.
here's the cues. All right, he's letting him talk now. Okay, be patient. I'm like, I was just too much in my head.
I hear you. Yeah. We don't do any of that. We just talk over top of each other a lot.
Yeah.
And then I curse when I'm editing it, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn it, I can't hear what he said. Do I cut to him now or do I cut to him? Because they're both talking at the same time. But, you know, whatever.
How much time do you spend on editing it?
Oh my God, dude. Well, I've said this on a couple recent episodes, but we haven't posted them yet. I did hire an editing company. My subscription right now I have a subscription to it. They're really good. They edited the episode with Rory Flood from Cult Classic episode number 9, and they did a great job. All the other episodes I edited myself. And I would say, dude, at least 3 times as long as the episode is. So if the episode's an hour, at least 3 hours, probably longer than that. It's very tedious, even though it's just like cut to this camera, cut to that camera. But like I try to, you know, especially in the first couple episodes where like it was just me and Mike, and like Mike would have a stupid look on his face while I was talking. And like I would be like, I gotta show that, you know what I mean? So like I try to when I'm editing it, I try to pay attention to the expressions on the other faces, even when one person is talking, because it might add to it. You know what I mean? So,
But then all that gets lost on Spotify. It's kind of a shame.
well, no, because Spotify has video podcasts.
Yeah.
But do people watch it? Like on my phone, like the reason I don't watch it on YouTube, I'd like to watch it, but I don't want to because I don't have paid YouTube. So if I close it,
Yeah.
you know, like, but Spotify, I can close it and not waste the battery as much.
Well, okay, that's a good point.
Sorry.
I just know that because one of the podcasts I did listen to fairly recently was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's podcast. It's
They have a podcast?
Yeah, I think it's just called Sunny or something like that.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
just them, You know what I mean? Just to care. Then they're just shooting the shit. But I didn't even realize it was going to be a video podcast, and I like turned it on and set my phone like on the dash or whatever, and I'm driving, and I kind of just know like, oh, they have video to this, and it was Spotify. I was like, damn, I didn't know that you could watch a video podcast on Spotify.
I didn't know that either.
But yeah, it is a thing. So, yeah, it's not just YouTube. They got, and I'm guessing that some of the other podcast platforms. We really should know this, Mike, since we're 15 episodes in.
Well,
but
yeah, when I was researching the like distribution thing, it was like a bunch of them, the platforms didn't even offer video. Wasn't an option.
Yeah, and you told me all this, and then I forgot that you said it, and I looked at like Buzzsprout, and Buzzsprout does not distribute video. So I'm like, all right, but Podbean does. So Podbean, if you want to sponsor us.
But also, I guess you could use that for like all the audio ones, and then just go to the video ones yourself. It's probably not a lot that even have video. Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm assuming that like if the podcast has video and you click play and that platform supports video, that it's just going to play the video too.
Yeah, but
that's how it worked with the Sunny. What?
If it's on Spotify and your distributor doesn't distribute video, then you're gonna have to go to Spotify.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. Yeah. Yes, that is correct. Like if you distribute through Buzzsprout, but you want video on Spotify, you have to go also directly to Spotify.
Yeah,
and like which kind of defeats the purpose of having a distribution.
Well, it doesn't. But because like that's gonna get like 10 or 15 and out of the way for maybe more than that. I mean, I don't know any.
It could, but I think Buzzsprout Podbean it'll still send it to all of them.
Okay.
But it also will send the video. So you don't have to
go. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying too.
We're in agreement.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Let's agree to agree, bro.
Let's agree to agree. All right, Colby, back to Colby.
Whoa, that was weird.
Oh man.
Tension in the room.
So when do you how far along are you on your book, and like do you have a release date or any plans for that, or is this just something you're kind of doing for fun?
Right now it's just I'm just writing when I get the chance to, and then I'll figure out how I'm gonna make it into a book or a story. Okay. It's also to help other musicians that are struggling with alcoholism, and because I never did any heavy drugs, but
heavy drugs are pretty awesome. Just saying.
Did you only drink at gigs, or did you drink like every night?
It was usually just gigs.
Gigs was the main thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, if you're gigging 5 nights a week, then
that's pretty much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And they're most of the time they're free, and or somebody buys it for you.
Right. So it's not cutting into your profit. So
yeah.
No, I hear you, dude. No, but that really is awesome, man. I'm very happy for you. It's an awesome thing.
I honestly I didn't think I'd get this far. If we're being honest, and it's the first 3 months were the toughest, but now it's kind of like I'm in.
You said it's been like 6 months? Yeah.
Yep. I'm in the zone now, though. It's like.
Do you plan to continue being sober?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't have my next goal is a year, but I wouldn't say that I'm never gonna drink again. I'm just saying for the foreseeable future. Yeah.
Do you know the one thing that I do think? I mean, AA is great, but there is one thing that I really, really do believe in when you're trying to stay sober or clean or both, and that is the one day at a time.
Yeah.
Saying, it's very cliche, but
no, man, it's true, because
it really
it's
is.
If you think too far into the future, you stress yourself out, and then if you think too far in the past, you still stress yourself out. So
yeah, man.
It's about trying to be present every single day in the moment, because whatever's going to happen tomorrow is going to happen anyway.
Yeah. That is true. And, when you're having those times when it's like, I really want to drink, if you're just like, well, I'm not going to do it today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, it's like you worry about that tomorrow. I don't have to worry about tomorrow. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink again. I'm just not going to do it today, And that is a much easier pill to swallow.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I play tricks with myself. Like I'll have an NA if someone wants to buy me a beer,
Yeah.
pushing, I'll have an NA.
Yeah.
And it usually like it doesn't make me want to drink real alcohol. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, to each his own, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is different for sure. Me personally, I don't know if it would trigger me, but I did do a whole lot of hard drugs, and I am not testing that out.
And seeing that, like, because we've known each other, I've known you only as sober.
Yeah, I know.
Can't picture you
Right.
as a drug addict.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Mike can. Yeah. I was about 40 pounds lighter, believe it or not.
Whoa.
And yeah, man, it just, I mean, it wasn't good for sure, for a long time. We met when I was a counselor at Avenues. You were playing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how we did.
You were playing some kind of event thing that they had that day or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know.
I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like some kind of
Grand opening. That's what it was.
Is that what it was? Okay, it's a grand opening. Yeah, like, I mean, it was awesome that they hired a musician to play the grand opening of a treatment center, but
I
kind of weird.
I felt like I was playing in a prison, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
really weirded out.
Well, the building was like a psych ward, or something like that.
Before that.
And it really had that feel because of like the concrete walls, you know what I mean? And the very odd shape of the building, the long
shatterproof
hallways.
windows with the little wiring and stuff.
Yeah. But no, dude, I remember thinking like, where'd they find this dude? He's good. Like this, you know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
No, I am being completely honest. It was really cool because a lot of times you hear people and you're like,
Yeah.
that's forgettable.
Not bad, not good. Just kinda-
Yeah, right. Just pretty
You're
average.
not trying to be like you're not trying to judge them in a mean way or deduct their character. But
No.
if they if it's not good, it's not good.
Sometimes it's just personal taste too, like, what kind of songs you're choosing.
Very true. Very true. I don't remember exactly what songs you were playing, but I remember hearing you and like, this is good. And I think if I remember correctly, I think I made it a point to come up and say something to you when you were taking a break. I think.
About being lazy for taking a break.
Yeah, I was like, dude, are you serious? You're gonna take a break
You only
already?
played
You've
for
only
an
been playing
hour
for an
and a
hour and a half. Like, what the hell? You've only played 4 Dave Matthews songs so far. So, are you done or?
I think we met at the Rams Head St. Patrick's Day thing. Do you remember that? It was me, you, and John Marvel were on the bill together.
Yeah, because I was the mid guy.
Either I bought a loop pedal from you or you bought a loop pedal from me. Some kind of loop pedal transaction happened.
I don't remember that part, but I remember meeting you there and John being there, and I don't know if I was the mid shift or you. I don't know. No, he was the late shift, so you probably went on before I did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometime during the day.
Yeah, St. Patty's almost sucked this year for me. I usually play like 3 gigs that day, and I was at Brian Baru,
Okay.
the first show, which was fine, but it was early morning. Nobody's really out yet. And then I played in Herndon, Virginia at this non-Irish pub. Barely anybody there. Just playing to myself. And I was so mad because I don't think I made any tips that day. I drove to O'Connell's where Bobby Reed was playing, and he was
Killing it.
on fire.
Yeah,
dude. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm setting up. But he was so usually like the younger crowd looks at me more because I kind of identify with them and play the songs they want to hear. It didn't matter. The dude was on fire. All the girls were looking at him, and I'm just back there like chopped liver, like I do this too, man.
Wait, you set up while he was playing? I don't understand.
Yeah, he told I walked in. He's like, "Get your shit." I was like, "All right."
So you played in the same room as him while he was playing?
No, not different songs.
Oh,
Like we played together.
Oh, you were up there with him.
Yeah, we
Okay,
would
yeah.
trade songs.
Right.
Okay, I was like, he told you to come in.
Yeah. Go to that
That's kind of what I thought you were saying at first too.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that makes more sense.
But to play for free, but to have everybody like it
yeah.
and listen to you
okay, I see what you're saying.
is priceless.
Yeah.
Compared to a paid gig.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's never fun when it seems like nobody's into it.
Yeah.
It really is a bummer. But But yeah, dude, what else? I had some other specific questions. Mike, what do you got, buddy? Yeah,
I just want to remind you that you
I
have
did
that.
notice that. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me of that, but not reminding me to turn the camera back on again. I remember that.
You remember? I didn't need you. I was just about to.
Oh, yeah, right before, right after.
Yeah. So I don't know how that.
I was going to ask you, like, do you have any cool gigs coming up? Which is still a good question to ask, but these episodes don't air for like probably a month later. So what's it now? May 1st. What do you got? You got any cool stuff like midsummer?
Not really, man. I just my regular gigs at Murphy's every Monday in Alexandria. And
Okay.
then the fish market every Wednesday in Alexandria. And then I'm scattered on the shore. I'm taking a lot more home gigs this year.
Yeah.
How do you find the being at somewhere every week to be? Is it enough to change over in crowd, or are the people okay with you playing the same song? Like,
Oh yeah, dude. They
both.
like you can literally go there and just play the same set list from start to finish and not change anything.
Is it a lot of the same people every week though?
No, I mean you have your regulars, but Alexandria is like a tourist town.
Yeah.
You have new people,
Right.
people coming on business trips, students, college kids.
Yeah, when I play at Middleton, like I'm there every month, which is even less than every week. Oh, every week is a lot. Like it's a hard. I always found those gigs a little bit like, unless it was a touristy place where there's a lot of people. If you're playing to like the same people every week, it starts like I get inside my own head like these people have got to be getting sick of this.
Yeah. But they're not.
You know, but if it's like Middleton's, it's like the staff here is the same thing every week, and there's a couple people that are regulars, but for the most part, it's like Annapolis. You know, it's like different people visiting than whatever. You know,
Well,
it's a different crowd every month.
I've heard that if the place is busy, the staff really doesn't pay attention to the music.
Yeah.
Once
They're running
once the staff starts to complain that you play the same songs over again, like that place is not as busy as it should be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you can't.
I always think I'm like, well, they don't have a new menu.
Yeah.
Serving the same fries you did last month.
Like you're not changing anything. You start changing stuff, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm assuming business is good. You know what I mean? Because you said you're playing like several. Did you say 5 nights a week?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, but it's I'm learning like I can survive on 4. So I'm going to maybe every few weeks just do 4 or maybe 3. Because it doesn't matter when you're a full-time musician. One gig's not going to break you. You know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
250, 300, whatever you get. It's not going to be the end-all be-all of your bills and stuff. So it's like when I first got into it, I was like, I just worked like a dog, slept in my car, and I'm like, what am I doing that for? I can work on the shore a lot more too and not have to drive so far.
Yeah, man. I mean, I find that like I do like to branch out. It is cool to play in different areas, but it adds a lot, you know, it adds a lot of time, and money for gas.
21,000 miles last year.
Yeah. I drive more than that.
Do you?
I do a lot of driving. I don't know why. I just end up doing a lot of driving, but
More than 21,000?
Yeah. Dude, I bought a vehicle 3 months ago and it has over 10,000 miles on it. A new vehicle.
Where are you driving to?
Well, I just did drive to Florida and back,
okay.
so
All right.
that was like 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
But I end up doing a lot of driving. I mean, I gig too. I'm not gigging as much as you for music, but I got a son that plays travel baseball and travel soccer. And then I don't know. I guess I just get in my car and drive for no reason.
Well, you're driving to like camera.
Yeah, I mean, I have
videographer
lots of,
stuff.
different photo shoots and videos and stuff like that. I mean, I'm fairly busy with that stuff too.
Speaking of which, we gotta.
Yeah, man.
I want
Yeah.
to do headshots. I lost a little bit of weight now that I'm not drinking, so I'm ready.
yeah.
I'm ready for them headshots.
Yeah, you're looking healthy, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
Man. I don't know. I just end up driving a lot. I always have. I like driving.
I'm fine when I find it relaxing, but when I think about how much I do it, that's when I start stressing out about it. It's like, man.
Yeah, like
Well, I've tried to make a mental note. Like I realized when I just traded in my last vehicle, they were like, holy shit. how does it have 150,000 miles on it? And I was like, well, and then I'm like, yeah, I guess I do. And then I heard, like, I think it was from the dealership that like the average is like 12,000 miles a year. And I'm like, I drive like 3 times as much as that. And I'm like, really? The average is 12,000 a year? Like, what do they do? Just drive to the end of their road and turn around? You know what I mean?
Is that because of the 3,000 miles or 4 months or whatever for your oil? Is that where that comes from? The 12,000?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Well, I guess so.
You're averaging 3,000 miles or this certain amount of months, like for your oil.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it's like the warranty, and they'll be like 20,000 miles or 6 months, or 20,000 miles or 2 years, whatever comes first. And I'm like, whatever comes first, like I'm going to drive that much in,
a month,
6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of wild.
You know what else I didn't realize is how many calories you burn while you drive. Per hour, it's about 250.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So
Just because of your foot moving?
just because you're like your body's under somewhat amount of stress.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
To things, and I would like I fast a lot, so I don't eat breakfast. I'll get up and have something small or a protein shake, and I get to my shows, and I'm like, why do I feel like I'm about to pass the fuck out right now?
Yeah.
And then I have to wait till the end of my show to eat, and it's like trying to find that balance, man. It was just because I usually don't get home till like Monday nights. I don't get home till 4.
Damn.
Yeah, Murphy's is 8:30 to 12:30
on a Monday night.
Mm-hmm. They have music 7 days a week.
That's just crazy that it's that late on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Are there people in there? What the fuck?
Yeah, that Arlington, or not Arlington,
Alexandria,
but beer. There's this the Star Hill Brewery that that Chip doesn't book there, but he knows the guy that books there or something.
They just closed
The Star Hill Brewery.
Yeah, they're reopening as something else.
I've got gigs booked there. Well, I've got one gig booked there. Right now.
You should be all right.
They closed after you
Shut up.
booked gigs. They just
I talked the sound man's ear off.
My friend Lenny, who's also a booking agent for Chip, he just had a gig there under new ownership. Yeah,
that's cool. I liked it there. It was like,
were you on the perch or were you?
Not yet. That was because it was like still winter time.
Yeah,
I will be on the upstairs,
the big stage.
I've never been up there.
It's huge. There's a huge LED screen. Okay. It's probably 200 inches.
LED screen?
No, it's bigger than that. Sorry.
What is the LED screen for?
It's like they put games on.
Okay.
Maybe it's not a screen. Maybe it's like.
Is it a projector?
It could be a projector.
Yeah.
But it's a huge. You have your own sound guy.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is bring your guitar and a cable.
I had a sound guy downstairs too.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. He was getting paid more than
I know. Isn't that wild?
I was like, bro, I'll just come run
You're
sound
like,
here.
I'm the talent.
Like,
yeah.
He was hanging out with the bartender, drinking.
Where?
He was adjusting your levels on an iPad.
Yeah, like, dude, it's a solo. Like, what's there to adjust?
It's Star Hill Brewing Company in Tyson's Corner.
There's nothing to adjust. Like, if they would just let me go turn the sound system on, I could run my own sound in that place. But it was nice to have. I mean, he was real friendly.
To him. Like, hey, and, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll run my own sound.
Well, but they have shows all throughout the night. So like right before me, there was a full band. So it's like he needs to be there for that. You know what I mean? So he's there anyway. So
I don't know. Having your own sound guy is pretty sweet.
Well, it is. Yes, I agree.
It's great. I mean, it was nice, and it's like, it actually worked out really well that day because I had just updated the firmware on that thing and it didn't all come through right and stuff. So I'm like fairly certain that he accounted for that because he didn't know that it was messed up. But like then the next day I played a gig through my PA with it and it was like, whoa, this is all jacked up. But
yeah, I mean, it's good if it sounds good. You know what I mean? I've played with sound guys before and I'm like, this sounds terrible. Like, do something about it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I would much rather just be playing through my own PA because I've got it dialed in the way I like it to sound.
Yeah, I don't love when you have to plug into, like, someone's PA. Or like, worse than that is when they have, like, tomfooleries in Middletown.
I used to play there.
I used to play there, too, until recently. They freaking... Well, whatever. I'm not going to talk bad about it on that.
I'm sure we have the same stories.
Yeah. I guess I am talking.
Did they give you some kind of tomfoolery?
They were like, oh, well, we just pay this now. And it was like $25 less than what we had agreed on. And it's like, well,
You're like,
I didn't just call you up and be like, well, I just charge this now on the books that we've already, like I just increased my charge.
Right.
So anyway, there's that. But going through they have like a sound system that's like speakers that you play, recorded music on, like, and they're not PA speakers. Like they're, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The frequency response is not, and they always are crackling, and it's like, and you're running through that, and that's what you're
Your
running.
PA
through.
is running through that?
No, you're running. That is your PA.
Oh.
And you don't want you to set up a speed. The only speaker you can set up is like as a monitor for yourself, which I always just set up on the pole because I'm like, I'm not running through this crappy
that sucks,
JVC
man.
home stereo system. Basically,
That place was weird crowds too.
yeah,
for me.
me too. I never get.
Yeah.
Never loved that. place.
I never loved that place either, and it was like a long drive. They had a chef there that was a pretty cool
Chef-
dude.
Well,
Tom?
he left, and that's when
He
they just
retired.
suddenly were like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, not Tom." I'm talking about Chef Mike, but yeah,
Mike, I think the guy with the bandana.
yeah, he
Yeah,
went
that
to
guy. Yeah,
he
he
went
was
to
cool.
start a place in like Fort Lauderdale or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like started his own bar.
Yeah, he
Then
was
they
a cool
were-
cat.
And they were like, "Yo, yeah, well, Chef Mike changed it right before he left," and it's like, I doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
And he never told anybody, but whatever.
I don't particularly like playing in Delaware for whatever odd reason.
I like I
like the
play a couple
beaches,
places in Lewis. Or
Places I got you
one
into.
place in Lewis.
Oh, Lewis is nice.
Wheelhouse, and then those two places in Rehoboth.
Yeah, I
Zogs
love those
and
places.
Tiki Jack's is a cool spot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really play anywhere.
How far of a drive is it from here?
Hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on which place. Like, what Wheelhouse is an hour and a half, I think, and then
About that, yeah.
Zogs is
404,
like 2
right?
hours.
I usually
Yeah.
take 404 from like Centerville. Yeah, I feel like Rehoboth is like pretty much the same distance. It might be a little bit.
It's
further.
like 20 minutes farther, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then in the summertime, it's real busy, so you have to like find a
Yeah,
parking
in the
spot.
summertime it can be.
Whereas Wheelhouse, you just park in the little parking lot.
I've had a hard time parking at Wheelhouse a few times because that
Yeah.
place is usually pretty busy, even though they have a giant parking lot. But most
It's not
of the time,
busy
you
when I
get
play there.
what?
I'm just kidding.
Not only when you play there.
It's not busy when I play
Oh,
there.
it's not busy when you play there.
There's like open parking.
It'd be cool if they have designated parking for musicians.
It would be cool. It
Look,
would
my
be.
mom bought me a sign. I could just take that sign around. You can't see it. It's behind that light.
Reserved parking for musicians
You
only.
should take that
All
around and
others
just put
may
it up.
tow.
Put it up over the handicap sign. Just park there.
I was thinking about getting a sticker for my car.
A buddy of mine has a handicapped thing that he just hangs in.
Me neither. I mean,
I'm gonna
No, it's not you.
fall down your steps on the way out of here.
There you go. Then you can do it legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I hate to do this, but I do need to get running, and we've been going for over an hour. I didn't time it exactly, but it's been over an hour, I think, which is a pretty good time frame. Nobody wants to listen
And you've
to
gotta
Mike
go,
any
so.
longer than that.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. But dude,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, bro. Congratulations on your sobriety.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your thriving music career. And yeah, man, we'd love to have you back again sometime.
Anytime, man. This is cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.